Hi, everyone. Welcome to Monastic Apps. Today, I'm going to be introducing to you a tool that I've made. I'm calling it the Annotated Reader. Let me show you directly what it does. So let's say you're reading a chapter. This is like plain text that I've grabbed off the internet. And I've made particular annotations to it, such that, for example, I might be defining a word like seriatim, and when I click on it, the sidebar opens, and these are things that I've said, that I've like pasted as an annotation myself, shows up. Or, for example, there might be a specific person I was interested in. I've put this information about that guy, and I also put his picture there. So this is like allowing me to visualize. So the annotations and stuff I've done locally on my Mac. So they're like Markdown files, if you know them. They're very close to text files, basically. But this tool that I've made is a visualization tool. So it helps me see all of the annotations and everything in this beautiful font with like this clickable sidebar stuff, and it makes me just want to read and engage with this text. So this is a tool that helps with that. This tool is able to be accessed at this link that I'll put in the description below, monasticapps.github.io/annotated reader. And if you're interested, we're going to do an example together of how you can use it. So to that effect, actually, before we go into it, let me just mention that the inspiration here was this genius.com website, if you know it. Now, it's a horrible website. Like over the years, it's become, there's a deluge flooded with advertisements, so it's not pleasant to use. But the original idea was that you would have the song lyrics on the left side here, and then there would be a community of people that would at particular lines, add annotations. So when you click on a particular annotation, you can have a sidebar open up with some additional text as well as some images. So I always loved like that core idea of this website, and I thought as I'm doing some additional readings, I might want to use a visualizer like this. And finally, like I have all the pieces that fit together. So let me show you how you yourself can do this. Give me a second, I'll switch screens. Okay, so let's actually do this from scratch. So I'll just delete everything here. Okay, so first you need to have a folder. So for me, it's called this example folder. In it, you have to define something called main.md. And when you, this has to be, like your main text has to be called main.md, main.markdown. And let's say I paste some plain text into it. So this is the first chapter of Carlyle's Past and Present. It's a old book. It doesn't matter what book, obviously. So you see this text that I've pasted in. Now, if you put certain text in double brackets, and then you create, now there's a shortcut to do this, but I'll just show it to you generically so you don't have to use the particular programs I'm using. If you start another Markdown file with this precise name, so the England name, and let's say, is it like, yeah, this is the way you make it a header. Let's say I say something like England is a subdivision of the UK. And let me also paste a picture into it. Copy. Okay. So Markdown, as you can see, it's like a purely text file, but with some images and stuff that are able to be embedded as part of the text, as well as some headings, for example, are able to be marked with a pound sign. And you can preview. So if you preview this england.md file, looks like this. And the whole folder has just these two Markdown files and the one image of England. Okay, now let me switch to the annotated reader. What you can do here is then to take the example folder, and what you'll see from what we've done from basically marking all that text in Markdown is we've ingested it into this HTML file. it displays it in this like beautiful font in a sort of visually pleasing way. And when you click on England, a sidebar opens up with the my annotation and the image shown. So this is what you can do to visualize a series of nested annotations from the Markdown file. If you want to access it, obviously you can use this link, as I mentioned, and the code itself. It's just one index.html file that you're viewing here. So everything is like processed locally. It's not, your data is not being sent out to some server. And you can like obviously examine the contents of the HTML file on the open source link. And I think that's it. So I wish you all a happy reading. I will be doing, so I have a sister channel called The Close Reader, and I'll be there doing a reading of this particular chapter by Thomas Carlyle that I've annotated a bunch. And if you want to see how an example of basically how this tool is used live, I'll put, whenever I do that recording, I'll put the description link in the description below. Happy reading and good luck. Bye.